Hello my spooky peeps, I hope you're ready for a very spooky video. We have a special one today. Of course we'll be making our coffin cookies. So click on out if you're not into the spooky stuff, but if you are a lover of Halloween, you are gonna love this one. Let's go. So I've gone ahead and baked our cookies already with our Miss Biscuit recipe, which I'll link down below. It's a fantastic recipe that we use for all our sugar cookies. I find it not too sweet, so once you add the fondant icing, it's the perfect balance. But you can bake any cookie that you like, and I've gone ahead and purchased this cutter from Cuttercraft, which is a handmade cutter business here in Melbourne, Australia, but they do ship. So I definitely recommend checking out their website because they're super sturdy, a great price and super great quality compared to the plastic ones, and you can get nice sharp edges. So as you can see here with my cookies, the edges are beautiful and crisp, which makes it a lot easier to decorate with fondant. I've chosen today to ice them in our black fondant. So as always, we use our Bakels ready to roll fondant. You guys know I love this fondant, and with the black, I buy it pre-colored because it is very difficult to color. So I save myself the stress and the time of buying it pre-done, and you get that beautiful black color. So I'm just gonna take some of our black ready to roll fondant and I'm gonna give it a knead on our bench here. This is essential to make sure you get out any of those lumps and bumps and make it nice and smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and add some corn flour onto my bench just to ensure nothing sticks, and just add a little bit on top. Take a rolling pin and give that a roll. You don't wanna add too much corn flour on top because as you can see, you don't want it to stain the black. And now I'm gonna roll that fondant until it's a little bit thicker than what I usually would like it for my cookie. So I've gone ahead and purchased these stencils from Sweet Sticks. These are super cute for Halloween. They had some amazing designs that have just been released. So I'm gonna pop it on my fondant and lightly press it down. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with my rolling pin to adhere that stencil. Whoops. I'm flying out of here. I'm gonna adhere that stencil to my fondant so then that nothing can go underneath. You can kind of tell when it's stuck because you can see the color of the fondant through the bottom of that white stencil. That looks nice and secure now. So just make sure you go ahead and cut off your excess so we can pop it back in the bag so it doesn't dry out. So I've got my Sweet Sticks Activator here, which is really great because it makes the surface sticky and it makes it rub free. So I'm just gonna put a few drops into a container just to make it really easy, and then grab a food safe paintbrush and dip that in. You really only need 1 or 2 drops for the whole stencil, and you just wanna paint that on just to make your surface tacky so the metallic dust sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my metallic dust. I buy these in bulk from my bakery here in Melbourne, but you can use any size, whatever luster dust you have, as long as it's a metallic dust, we can pop it on the top of the stencil. So I'm gonna be using gold today. I'm just gonna grab some purple as well. So now we've got purple and gold, which you can mix up on our stencil. So you're gonna go ahead and dip your brush into the dust, and I'm gonna do a mix of purple and gold on this stencil. And you wanna get a flat brush just like this one, and tap it onto the stencil. I'm gonna do some of the stencil with purple and some of it with gold. I really like the way this antique gold looks on the black because it makes it look a bit orange. You can use any colors you wish, and this is the cool thing, you can actually blend both the colors too. So I'm just gonna brush the excess off the fondant. This is the exciting and nerve-wracking part, peeling off the stencil and hoping that it looks amazing. All right, here we go, you ready? Oh, stop it. Look how cute that is. Oh, what a stencil. We love it. Perfect. So we've got our metallic spooky pumpkins on a black icing base, which just looks amazing. The colors really pop. And as you can see, you get this beautiful blend when you do an ombre. So I'm definitely going to position my cutter there to make sure I get that. So you can take any cutter, you can do round, square, whatever you have, but I'm gonna do these spooky coffins today. And I'm gonna make sure I get one of the ombre ones. And push down, cut that. I'm just gonna try fit in also just a plain orange or gold one too. Take off the excess and you can knead that back together. Because it is black, you won't see much of that shimmer, so you'll be able to reuse that fondant also. Okay, so as always, I'm just gonna flip over the icing and use just a dab of water on the back to stick that to the cookie. Now that our cookies are iced, we wanna go ahead and make some little ghosts to go on top. We're gonna take our white fondant and give that a quick knead on the bench, a touch of corn flour down, and we're gonna roll. And I've got this amazing double up stamp from Cuttercraft. It's a ghost on one side where you imprint the ghost to give all the detail, and then you flip it over and cut. So super simple and effective way to add decorations to your cakes. And they come in a ton of designs, so I totally recommend these. So all we're gonna do is pop it down and stamp. Lightly press in the fondant and remove. And you can see we've got a cute ghost, really simple and easy. And then we're gonna flip over our stamp, and on the other side we have the cutter. So just line it up with the ghost, and all we have to do is press down and out pops our ghost. How simple and easy is that? And super effective. Now that I got my ghost, I'm just gonna pop him down while we cut some other ones. So I'm just gonna grab some black fondant as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just massage the fondant together because it's the one we used for the offcuts that had a bit of luster dust in, as we don't like wastage here. Perfect. And there we have our little ghost buddies. Now we can just do a quick wipe of our bench to ensure we keep it nice and clean. Then we're ready to add our ghosts to our cookies. So I have the two ghosts here, and I'm just going to use a little bit of water on the back of them, like how we stuck our cookies down. Anything with icing and water is really sticky, so it helps it stick. And I'm just going to pop on our ghost. You can place them wherever you like, but I like to do the top corner. And then we're going to pop on our white ghost. You can do them slightly different placements just to change it up a little bit. And you could leave them just as is if you want to keep it nice and simple, but I'm just going to add a tiny bit of detailing to them. I've got some Edible Art black paint. Our bottle's looking a bit worse for wear because we use it all the time, but just give it a really good shake if you're using an edible paint because it tends to settle at the bottom. We're only going to need a drop or two, so just put out a drop at a time. Now I'm just using a tiny detailing brush with a little bit of that black paint, and I'm just going to go in and pop some eyes on our ghost. As you can see, that small little detail just makes all the difference, so super cute. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of our gold into our little container here as well. We don't need much at all. And I'm just gonna mix that with the Activator liquid that we had earlier, as I've still got some in the container. And that's just gonna make a little bit of a gold paint for us, and we're gonna put some gold eyes on the black ghost. Now that I've got some on the end of my brush, I only need a small amount. I'm just gonna go in and put some gold eyes on our black ghost. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial of our cute coffin cookies, and I hope you make them at home. I'd love to see your creations, so make sure you pop them in the comments below. If you have any questions, as always, I'll be trying to respond to you as quick as possible. Thanks so much for your support. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay spooky.